the net result with all the penalties is going to be 5-on-5 because with 2 at one time for each team, they don't play 3-on-3. Off the face-off, the puck in the Massena zone behind the net. Cleared to the blue line, kept in at the point by the Flyers. Here's a shot through traffic. DeLille has to make a save. He jumps out and grabs it. That shot taken from Justin Richards at the right point, and it was through a maze of players, and Dusty, I don't think, saw it till the final seconds. Stopped it, gave up the rebound, but dived on it.
That's what they say, shoot the puck, get the puck on net. It doesn't have to be that hard, as long as it gets to the net, and that one wasn't a hard shot, but through some traffic, and it gave Dusty some problems.
Nick Tubolino out there with his line mates now. The Flyers also making a change, getting Bula and Gushla out there, along with Jones. Off the face-off, puck along the boards. Jones flips it in behind the net. Picked up there by Tubolino, skates it. Rips it on the wing. Raiders look to break it out, and they do. Here comes Levine, just jumped off his stick. Flyers pick it up there. Levine throws the check. Puck back to Tubolino, goes wide. Here's Tubolino, winds up the shot. He fires it wide. Comes all the way back to Lazer at the point. His shot deflected right on. Nice save by Ramey. Puck in the corner. After it is Ramo. Flips to Tubolino, centers it. Levine couldn't get a stick on it. Puck bounces right in the slot, but the Flyers going to pick it up, move it to the blue line. Here comes Ramo with it, trying to flip it in the corner. Ramo lost it, gets it back, dumps it, goes in the right corner. Ripped around the boards by the Flyers, and they're going to move it to the blue line, out to center ice. It just slides to center ice. Here comes Norwood Norfolk across the blue line. Gushla, he fires it in behind the net. Puck takes a bounce off the screen, and the Raiders pick it up. Here comes Ramo down the right sideline. He'll dump as Massena's going to make a line change, and the puck goes deep. Rupert's line out for Massena. Around the boards it goes. Toth keeps it in. Trying to flip it to the blue line. Back in the corner it goes. Here's a chance for Ramo in front. His shot. Save made by Ramey on the glove.
Aaron Ramo picking off a clearing pass on that right side, the top of the circle, walked in about 3 steps, took a wrist shot, but Joe Ramey picked it off. Prior to that, Nick Tubolino had a great scoring opportunity when that line, Tubolino, Ramo, and Levine line was out there. They were all over the Flyers on their own end, and Nick just couldn't convert that centering pass.
Rupert's line stays out for Massena. He'll face off against Dustin Bradley. Off the draw, the puck comes all the way back out to the point. And out to center ice, as a matter of fact. Hall with it, trying to flip it ahead. It's intercepted. Here comes Bradley right down the middle. He slides it right on, and DeLille grabs it. And we'll have a face-off inside Massena territory.
Dustin Bradley, Jr., nice move as he undressed the Raider defenseman. They got right in, but wasn't able to get a real hard shot off, but a couple of nice moves by Dustin Bradley. As we mentioned, just a junior. He settled his line with Sessions and Sloan. Colin LaPointe Potter settles one line with Warner on one side and Spencer on the other.
Whitcup out there to take the face-off now against Bradley. Face-off left side in the Massena zone. Off the face-off, puck in the circle. Raiders control on the defense, flip it out to center ice, knocked right back in the zone. Picked up by Toth. He banks it off the boards, intercepted by the Flyers right back to the Massena line. Toth trying to clear the zone. Puck goes back in the corner off a body. Whitcup flips it ahead to Catanzari, gloves it, and then drops it for Whitcup. Here comes Robbie Whitcup down the right side. Does the shift, takes it across, makes the move. Here's Whitcup's shot right on the rebound, covered up by Ramey. As Whitcup went to the net after his own shot and almost got a second attempt, but Ramey covered it up.
Robbie Whitcup through the neutral zone with some speed, and he backed the Flyer defense back off the line. Nice little move, and using the Flyer defenseman as a screen, got a good shot off. Jerry, they're shooting the puck anyway. They're going to the net and shooting the puck. That's like to see that.
Whitcup will take the face-off, this time in Flyer territory. Still no score in the hockey game. 12:42 left in the second period. Off the draw. The puck bouncing around in the corner. They battle for it there. Michaud flips it all the way back to the point. Kept in briefly, but the Flyers are going to control it out to center ice. Here comes Norwood Norfolk. They're just going to slide it in the Massena zone. Rich Monday. DeLille flips it around for Michaud. Michaud just lifts it high in the air. We have a whistle. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were looking for it. Aaron Michaud deep in his own end. Smart thing. He was no one to pass to. The Flyers had everything shut off, so he just flipped the puck, tried to get it up over the defenseman. He got it up about 30 feet up into the roof.
So we'll face it off again. LaPointe Potter out there to take the draw against Whitcup. Whitcup to Michaud. Michaud breaking, feeds it for Catanzari. A little bit too far, but Catanzari stays with it. Can he keep it in the zone? He cannot. Puck comes back out, back in again. And the Raiders try to keep it in the zone. They can't. Bouncing it ahead to the Massena line. Michaud can't come up with it. Now he does. Flips it ahead as they battle right in front of the Massena bench. And we'll have a whistle and a face-off as both players are down on the ice.
A couple of 11s out there. Aaron Michaud for Massena and Heath Spencer for the Flyers. And I think they're probably both going to get a penalty.
There's going to be...
See.
Uh-oh. Colin LaPointe Potter for slashing. That's why Michaud ended up on top of the Flyer, I think.
Okay, he wasn't the initial, Potter wasn't involved in the play. It was basically 2 11s. He must have come in late.
What's that, 53?
2:53.
Okay. Time of the penalty for Norwood Norfolk. So the Raiders will get their first power play opportunity of the night as Colin LaPointe Potter, good-sized lad, he goes into the sin bin.
As we mentioned, the Flyers not backing off. They're handing out as many checks as they receive, and at that time, that one was a little illegal.
Minute and a half, slashing.
Slashing the call.
2:53 mark, second period.
Raiders with 14 power play goals this year, 22.3% on the power play. That's excellent.
Off the face-off, puck comes to Toth. He'll go on the other side, Michaud, who dumps it in the zone. Puck in behind the net. As they move it around the horn. To the blue line, out to center ice. Nick Toth after it there. Circles back. Tommy Post's scoreboard is empty. Zeros on there. Michaud ahead to Ramo. Ramo takes it across. Ramo has it swept away out to center ice. Here come the Flyers with a break. Here's Dustin Bradley, gets one on, and it's kicked into the corner by Dusty DeLille. Raiders a little lackadaisical on the pass work, and Flyers almost made them pay. Here comes Ramo taking it into the corner. Ryan Ramo goes back to Toth at the point. He'll go to Michaud, 45. Michaud centering it to Ramo. Ramo back to the point. Toth trying to drop it through the middle. It's knocked away. Comes to Michaud. Michaud, we got a delay penalty on who? Interference in front of the net, I believe.
Guy Tyler.
Ooh, that's going to go against Norwood Norfolk.
So the Flyers will be 2 men down for a minute, or at least for 40 seconds. I think it's going to be number 10, Guy Tyler, getting the interference call, and that's you really have to be a flagrant foul. Usually when you're killing a penalty, they give you a little more leeway, the officials in front of that net, to move guys out. But I didn't see what happened. But Wayne Humel making the call, and the Flyers down 2 men.
Now the Raiders will be up 2 men for 40 seconds. Michaud.
Norfolk, number 10, Guy Tyler, interference.
Interference, the call on Tyler. Michaud will take the face-off. Off the draw. Puck goes in the corner. Levine after it. Flips it to Michaud. Michaud back to Toth at the point. It's to Ramo. Ramo has it knocked away out to center ice. Toth waits for his wings. Takes it across. Here's Toth. Circles out by the blue line. Here's Toth. Winds up his shot through traffic in front. They battle for it. And where is it? It's underneath somebody. The whistle blows. We know it's not in the net, however.
Good job by number 11, Heath Spencer, for the Flyers up top in the top of that triangle, as he just wouldn't allow Nick Toth any room to get that power play going, and he forced him out high. Nick finally spun off him and got the puck down low. Ramey made the save, but there was a big pile up in front. 12 seconds on the 2-man.
Face-off will be in Norwood Norfolk territory. Whitcup will take the draw. Off the face-off. Puck goes to Ramo, right in front. Michaud to Toth. Toth goes to Ramo. Ramo winds up his shot, right on. Save made, Ramey. And he'll hold on for the face-off with 2 seconds left in the 2-man advantage.
Raiders should have an odd man advantage down low. They've got the Flyers down 2 men, one up at the top of the triangle, and they outnumber them 3-on-2. Should get to those loose pucks down. Ramey made the save, but lost the rebound, and it was laying there. But
nobody there to put it in.
Nobody there to put it in. Flyers did an excellent job of keeping them off the blue ice.
Face off inside Norwood Norfolk territory. Just 2 seconds left in the first penalty. They get that one back. So now it's just a single power play as LaPointe Potter steps back out on the ice and stays there. Puck goes in the quarter. Raiders moving around. Catanzarite goes back for Devin Paquin. Paquin looks to wrap it around, hit the side of the net with it. Flips it over to Catanzarite. Down to 30 seconds left in the man advantage. He'll go behind the net. Paquin trying to center. It's knocked away. forced that pass, and down the ice it goes.
Great job by number 4, Rich Mundy, as he held his ground and forced a bad pass.
Here comes Foster with it. He'll flip it ahead for Paquin. Devin Paquin takes it across. Here's Paquin trying to flip it. It's knocked out to center ice. And here's Foster with it. Foster ahead to Catanzarite. He'll take it across. Offsides. I'll tell you what, when it goes bad in a big way, doesn't it?
It does. The Flyers down to killed off a 2-man advantage, all but 3 seconds left on that second power play, and the Raiders did get 1 or 2 shots on goal, but weren't able to get to the net, get that loose rebound, and just kind of skating in sand again here, Jerry. They've just got to get that one, get them going.
Levine will take the face-off for Massena. Off the draw, the puck bounces back in Massena territory. Racing after it there for the Flyers as Bradley gets a shot from sharp angle, and Dusty DeLille gloves that and holds on.
And we've said it many times, the longer you allow the underdog to stay in the ball game, the more confidence they gain, and that hill gets a little bit steeper on your end, and that's the way it's looking right now. Flyers playing with confidence, killing off that 2-man penalty that did an excellent job killing it off.
Off the face-off, puck to the blue line, kept in by the Flyers. They dump it in the corner. In behind the net it goes. Flyers control, looking to go back to their point. Here's a shot through traffic, deflected just wide, not very wide. No, that's not to Catanzarite, but the puck cleared. Here's a shot right on. Dusty makes a save, and it's cleared in behind the net again. Raiders real sloppy here. Puck in the corner. As they try to move it. And here's a check thrown behind the net. Flipped around the boards to Bellino. Trying to move it ahead to Levine. To Bellino to Levine. Puck bouncing in the corner. Squirts to the side of the net. Lazaire takes it behind the net. Now looks up ice. Here's Colin Lazaire. Flips it ahead on the wing. Ahead to Ramo. Ryan Ramo takes it across. Ramo in the corner. Centers it in behind the net for Levine. Goes by him and around the boards. Levine chases it down. We're going to have a slashing call on who?
Well, I'm not sure. Massena, it's
Ramo, or Ryan Ramo, yeah.
7 red. Yeah, he called 10 initially, but it's Ryan Ramo on the slash. Didn't see it. But the Flyers did an excellent job of tying Massena up in their own end, penning them in, and just had a couple of good opportunities. The best one, that shot came from the point by number 14, Jason Richards, again through some traffic, and I don't think Dusty saw it till the last second.
Face off in center ice. Bouncing puck knocked down with a high stick. Flyers touch it, and the Raiders come up with a puck. Whitcup, he'll dump it deep in Norwood Norfolk territory. Ramo stops the side of the net. Michaud was chasing in after it, almost got a piece of it. Now Whitcup, Michaud trying to center to Whitcup. It'll go into the corner. Whitcup after it, steps by a check. The puck squirts free in behind the net. Michaud is there to poke it away. It bounces free and around the boards, out to center ice. Leduc with it. Flips it to an open wing. Here come the Flyers. Into the Massena zone. Bradley, his shot from center ice. Dusty makes the save. The Raiders clear the puck down the ice. Rich Munday with the puck. Munday moving it out to center. Well, he did. And Michaud picked it up and dumped it right back in. 42 seconds left in the man advantage. Here comes Munday. Out to center ice. Knocked away by Michaud. Turns it back the other way. Here's Michaud. Quick, sharp angle shot. Goes all the way around the boards. It'll come back to Toth in the neutral zone. Nick picks it up and rips it into the zone. Kept in there. Michaud battling for it with Whitcup. Whitcup wants off ice, and here come the Flyers. Whitcup's not going to get off, however. Norwood Norfolk into the Massena zone. Drop pass is fired wide as Whitcup came back just enough to knock him off his shot. 10 seconds left in the man advantage. Puck back in the Massena zone. Toth dumps it down the ice. And in the zone it goes. Knocked away in behind. Penalties elapsed. We're still scoreless, in case you're wondering. In the zone, back out to neutral zone. Here comes Ramo back the other way to Mankies. Thomas Mankies takes it wide. Here's a shot right across the goal mouth. Ramo ends up almost in the goal. The puck bounces in the corner. Yes, we're scoreless on the Tom Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, and we're over halfway through the hockey game. Puck in the corner. They battle for it behind the net. Squirts free. The Flyers control. And they dump it down the ice. That'll be icing against Norwood Norfolk. And the faceoff will move back in Flyer territory. 6:42 left in the second period. 0-0 on the Tom Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard.
Aaron Michaud and Robbie Whitcup up top, and Nick Toth and Aaron LeDuc down low. An excellent job killing off, but the Flyers' best scoring opportunity when Cameron slowing down that left side, little drop pass to Wade Sessions, and he just winged one just wide of the goal post, and we got a goalie change right now. And
Mike Jones comes in to replace Joe Ramey.
Coach Steve Bisa told me before the game they would change goalies halfway through. They're both seniors.
Nationwide agents, Robert Adams. Face-off inside Norwood Norfolk territory. Colin LaPointe Potter will take the draw for the Flyers. Off the face-off. Puck bouncing around. Picked up by Chris Curley. He'll rip it around the boards in behind the net. Flyers control to the blue line. Out to center ice it goes. And into the Massena zone. Right back out it goes. Center ice. Picking it up. Mankeys throws it into the Flyer zone. Right back out to center ice. Picked up by Colin Lazare. Lazare will flip it ahead to Ramo. Aaron Ramo trying to kick it across. There's going to be an offsides on Massena, but the puck comes out anyway. Now there's a battle for it at center ice. Puck squirts free. Colin Lazare with it along the boards, trying to flip it. Knocked away from him, and it's tied up as it's underneath a mate. And are we going to have penalties or not?
Little feistiness going on down below us. Again, Derek Rupert, not too big, but he plays pretty big. He sticks his nose right in there. And again, number 11 for the Heath Spencer was involved in that situation. So, again, a big game for both clubs. They know the importance of it.
Whitcup out there now to take the face-off for Massena. Whitcup, Michaud, and Catanzarite. The Flyers are going to counter with the Bula line. Off the draw. Hatch flips it over on the other side for Toth. Toth bounce pass for Catanzarite, knocked away. Flyers control. Here comes Norwood Norfolk, dumping it off a skate, still at center ice. Knocked down to center ice, back into the Massena zone. Toth picking it up. He'll start it out. Headman pass. Catanzarite takes it across, flips it to Whitcup in the corner. Whitcup right across the goal mouth. Nobody there to put it in. Michaud was trying to get there but couldn't get there. Puck ripped around the boards. Toth winds up. His shot deflected into the corner by Whitcup. Puck picked up by the Flyer D as they flip it around the boards and out to center ice. Toth after it. Here's Toth turning it around. Steps by the check. Stops out by the blue line and flips it ahead to Whitcup. Whitcup, his shot blocked, trying to come up with it. Bounces in the corner. Michaud hit the side of the net with it, and Jones is going to put the big glove on it and hold on for the face-off. Now there's pushing and shoving behind the net, and there's going to be penalties here. Robbie Whitcup got hit from behind, knocked into the goalie, and then somebody, I think it was Michaud, took exception to that, and I think there's going to be probably matching minors, I would guess.
Mike Jones, a baptism under fire, his first shot, his first save, and is involved in his first skirmish. As you mentioned, Robbie Whitcup was pushed into Jones, and he took exception to that and got up swinging his stick a little bit, but we'll see who the...
High stick is the call on Michaud and Heath Spencer.
Both teams...
Who was the Norwood penalty on? 10. Okay, Guy Tyler. Both for high stick. And that coming at the 9:48 mark, so it's 4-on-4 plus the goaltenders. Ryan Ramo out there with Tubolino off the draw. Tubolino takes the shot, but he fanned on it. I think he had his stick lifted, and here come the Flyers into the Massena zone. They'll dump it in behind the net. Toth after it there. He gets tied up, but the puck bounces free. Comes to Hatch. Hatch turns it back, falls down, and I think he's going to get, there's going to be a penalty on the Flyers. Raiders are going to have a power play, but they're going to get the extra man out there, or they're going to try to, as Hatch carries it in the zone and then lost it. Takes it in behind, and the whistle will blow, and the Raiders will get a power play here, as I think Hatch was tripped up from behind.
Well, Dustin Bradley is going to get the minute and a half for the Flyers as he took the feet out of Brian Hatch in the corner. So again, the Raiders will go on the power play with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second period. We have a 0-0 hockey game, and
just a lot of penalties.
A lot of penalties. I mean, in this period we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the seventh.
7th. Oh, I haven't been keeping track of
2,
them
3,
by
4,
team, but
6 in the first period.
so a lot of penalties in this hockey game. So the Raiders will go on a 4-on-3 power play.
Dustin Bradley.
And they'll have 57 seconds of that, and then the rest of the power play.
Second period.
Well, as we said before, this first goal, whoever gets it is going to be monumental.
Foster out there with Whitcup, Levine, and Toth. Off the draw, Whitcup. Or Foster, rather, to Whitcup. Whitcup in behind the net. He's got Levine in the 45. Chris Levine with it. Goes to Foster behind the net. Foster steps. Takes it back out. Feeds it to Whitcup. Whitcup. Pass to Levine. Levine fired it wide. Wide open net. Fired it wide. Wide open net. Puck goes in behind the net. Levine. Just missed it. Wow. Levine goes to Foster in behind. Foster circles. Takes it in the corner. Takes it to the dot. Here's Foster out in front. The shot hit the side of the net. That wasn't close. We have a whistle, and I think we got a net off its moorings.
Chris Levine, that net is 4x6. He had 5 feet 10 inches to shoot at because I think Mike Jones had about 2 inches on the far side. I don't know how Chris missed that one. A great Foster and Whitcup
set him
moved
up.
around, and Chris found himself all alone on that left side. Robbie Whitcup slid it across the crease, and he had Mike Jones way out of position, and he couldn't put it home.
Whitcup will take the draw. Toth back at the point. We got Foster in the shooting position. Off the face-off, he wins it to Foster, back to Toth. Toth turns it around at the blue line, goes to Whitcup at the 45. Whitcup back to Toth at the point, to Foster. Foster tried to flip it. I don't know what he was trying to do, Coach, but it didn't work, whatever it was.
One of those touch passes that the Raiders...
Have you seen one of them work yet? Here comes Toth. Drops it back to the point. 2 of the guys are back. Foster almost lost it and holds on, barely. Flips it back to the point. Toth does a good job to keep it in. Both teams get a man back now. Toth loses it. Comes out to center ice. Raiders have to get onside. The Flyers will dump it. Down the ice it goes. Picked up by Michaud. Michaud to Toth. Back to Michaud. Back to Toth. He'll carry it out to center ice. Goes to Whitcup with it. Whitcup to Foster. Foster stops out by the blue line, then flips it in the corner. Picked up there by the Flyers. They just rip it around the boards. Toth trying to keep it in, does. Here's Whitcup. Levine in front. Levine lost it off the end of his stick, and the puck bounces around. And it's dumped back to the blue line. Michaud keeps it in, cranks it up, fired wide. Puck back to Whitcup at the 45. Whitcup drops it behind the net. It's intercepted. McDonald comes out, can't control it, and down the ice it goes. But I think he touched it, so the puck will not be called icing. Colin Lazare after it. He'll flip it to McDonald in the corner. Here's a shot right across the goal mouth. I don't think it got through, though. Now Devin Paquin falls down, but manages to get it to Catanzarite. And I think the reason he fell down... Oh, wait a minute.
Wayne is not too
He's
emphatic.
not very demonstrative.
He's just kind of...
Maybe nothing.
Well, I want to know why the whistle blew then. What was the... let's see here. No, there's no penalty out there. It's 5-on-5.
Lost sight of the puck?
Possibly.
I don't know. So the faceoff will move outside the zone. Off the draw, bounces into the Massena zone. Dumped in behind the net. Right across the goal mouth. They got a man in front. And a shot, save made to Leal, and it's cleared back to the point. Here's another shot, blocked, comes out to center ice. That's okay. You guys are dads, you're entitled. Now back into the Massena zone. Raiders look to clear the zone, and they do, kind of in an odd way, off a Flyer stick. Flyers control into Massena territory. No, it's back into Norwood Norfolk territory as it comes back to the blue line and out to center ice. Here comes Jeremy Osgood. Intercepted, kicked ahead. Nobody could pick that one up. Raiders try to keep it in the zone. They don't. Comes back to Lazare at his own blue line. Back it goes on the other side. Hall moving it. Trying to move it ahead to McDonald. And now Foster coming in there. Foster throws a check. The bouncing puck, poke checked ahead. And it's dumped into the Massena zone. It goes in behind the net. DeLille comes out and plays it and leaves it side of the net. Raiders looking to move it ahead. McDonald doesn't clear the zone, did he, or did he? No, he didn't. Puck dumped back in the corner. In behind the net, Colin Lazare. throws a check. He falls down. The puck comes back. Flyers shot from the point. Save made. Dusty DeLille. The Raiders really lackadaisical on this shift as they just threw the puck at Flyers.
Little Things department had a couple opportunities to clear the zone. They didn't, and then some good solid forechecking, especially by number 12, Wade Sessions, as he's just put a lick on, I think it might have been Colin Lazare. And is he picking up a penalty? We'll wait and see. I think he is.
He's taking them both.
He's going to run them both. Lazare for one, and you can see the Flyer player. So that's going to be about the 8th penalty of the period. I think about 5 to the Flyers and 3 to Massena.
Is that 1 minute?
1 minute left.
Okay,
That's 14-minute mark.
Is that Wade Sessions?
I couldn't get the Flyer. Yeah, it is. Wade Sessions, number 12. He's put the lick on Lazare, and Lazare must have retaliated. I thought it was a good check initially. I thought Sessions hit him with a good check, but I'm not calling.
1 minute left in the second period. Still scoreless. A 0-0 tie on the Tom Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Robbie Whitcup will face it off against Dustin Bradley.
Somebody lost a mouthpiece, and
What'd you say that call was?
he's telling Coach Ed Latham, make sure he's got the guy in the backs, which is Colin Lazare, that he's got a mouthpiece in when he comes out on the ice.
Here's a shot off the faceoff in behind the net, and it bounces to the side of the net, and Dusty DeLille covers it up and holds on. So we'll do it all over again with 54 seconds left in the first period.
Yeah, the Raider defensive core, one was on page 11, one on page 15, and just left the puck beside the net, and Flyer dangerously close by, so Dusty jumped on it and held for a face-off.
Off the face-off, Raiders control the draw. Comes to Nick Toth. He'll start out right side. Toth, head man to Whitcup. Whitcup down the right wing side. Whitcup takes it, gets a shot off. It's deflected, almost on net by the defender. Puck comes around the boards. Leduc pinches in, tries to keep it in. Michaud's in there digging for it as well. Leduc squirts it free, gets a shot off, and it hit the goaltender Jones, and into the corner it goes. Picked up there by Sloan, and Sloan will move it out. Here comes Sloan into Massena territory. Nice backhand pass, but nobody went toward the net. A good pass by Sloan, but nobody went toward the net. Now the Raiders move it ahead. Whitcup, 1-on-2. He gets impeded, but gets it across. I think there's going to be a delay offsides, but the Flyers clear it anyway. Down to 2 seconds left in the period, and we're going to go into the third period. Score. Off the draw, the puck in the circle. Michaud picks it up, dumps it in the Norwood Norfolk zone. In behind the net, Jones out to play it. Plays it in the corner. Michaud steps in front, picks it up. Trying to go back to Whitcup. Whitcup in the corner. Goes back to Michaud. Michaud turns it around. Michaud off the screen, takes a funny bounce. The puck bounces high in the air. Nick Toth pinching in the circle. And finally it's picked up by the Flyers. And I think we're just to the end, just the very end of the penalties. The Flyers dump it down the ice. I think that will roll far enough for icing, if I'm not mistaken. It does go across the red line, icing the call, and the face-off will move back in Flyer territory. No score in the hockey game on the Snyder and Snyder attorneys at law scoreboard. We're into the final period.
Flyers clearing the puck and almost sprung a forward. I think that was A.J. Gushla. We'll wait and see as he comes by, comes to the bench, but he almost split the Raider defense at the blue line.
Face-off will be back in Flyer territory after the icing, and Ramo will take the draw. Levine in the trigger spot. Off the draw, the puck in the circle, goes in behind the net. Ramo after it. Looks to center. Levine is shot. Jones makes the save. Puck sits there, but it's picked up by the Flyers. They dump it out to center ice. Here's Toth with it. Comes to Hatch. Hatch flips it ahead. Ramo trying to drop it to Tubolino. He gets upended, and the puck bounces back in Flyer territory to Chris Curley to the blue line. Kept in by Tubolino, now out to center ice. Flyers have a partial break. Busting down is Sloan. Sharp angle shot, and it's gloved by goaltender Dusty DeLille as Cameron Sloan came down the left wing, but maybe a little too deep.
I'll tell you, the Raiders didn't realize it, but Mike Jones didn't have a stick. It was off in the corner, and he couldn't get to it, and so basically he was playing out there almost with a man down, but the Raiders couldn't gain possession of the puck, and I'm not sure they realized that Jones didn't have a stick anyway.
Face-off back in the Massena zone after the Dusty DeLille save. And the Flyers, what are we waiting for? Jones has to get another stick, apparently.
I think he went to the bench, and coach or referee Wayne Umel told him that you can't do that. You got to get back in the crease if you want someone to bring you a stick. That's the old ruse about delaying the game, stalling for a little time out there. But there they go. They had to go to the locker room and get one. In fact, they're bringing him 2.
Can you play with 2?
Yeah, I don't know if you can play with 2.
I think I recall Bill Sloan playing with 2 sticks there. At least it looked like he was at times.
I tell you, Bill Sloan Sr., All-American at St. Lawrence, and his son and his grandson, as we mentioned, playing here tonight, Cameron, just a freshman, doing an excellent job out there for the Flyers.
It's going to be LaPointe Potter taking the face-off against Spanky Foster. Off the draw. Puck controlled by the Flyers in behind the net. It goes. Controlled by Warner. Warner flips it around the other side. Raiders pick it up, though. Here comes Massena, moving it on the wing out to center ice. Picked up there by Chris Curley, back to the Massena line. Intercepted there, and it goes into Norwood Norfolk territory. Foster with it, tries to move by, but he doesn't. Back out to center ice. Hall with it. Brandon trying to flip it ahead, and he's going to carry it himself into the zone. Here's Hall, gets a shot off, right on. Jones makes a save, the whistle blows. No goal. The puck went in the net, but Jones had it long enough for the whistle to blow.
Good rush by Brandon Hall as he charged through the neutral zone, gained the blue line, took a shot through a screen, and Jones had trouble with it. And Aaron Michaud, really hustling on that left side, went to the net, knocked it in the net, but the whistle had blown. But good hustle by Michaud.
And they waved that one off immediately, and it was obvious the whistle went well before the puck ended up in the net.
Mike Jones, the other senior goaltender on this club, Joe Ramey started it, and Mike Jones getting half the duty, and he's a big youngster, a wide body, and Raiders haven't been able to dent him.
Make sure you got that. One's that downstairs, will you?
Whitcup. Take the face off.
16 white.
There's a penalty?
16 white.
Okay, the Flyers pick up a penalty.
Spencer Warner.
Warner picks up the call, and I didn't see that one. But the Raiders will go on the power play here. Hit after, okay. Raiders control it. Michaud back at the point. Winds up his shot right on. Save made. Puck in front. Shot. Save. Rebound. Sits in front. They jam at it. And the whistle blows.
Robbie Whitcup had Jones down flat on his back with Chris Levine and a defenseman tied up in front. And all Robbie had to do was get it upstairs, up over goaltender Mike Jones, and he couldn't. We mentioned Jones is a big goaltender. Even lying down, he covers a lot of that net, and Robbie couldn't get it up far enough. Had the wide open top half of that net.
Face-off will be in Norwood Norfolk territory. Spencer Warner got the high stick. Or hit after?
That was a melee
hit after the whistle, okay.
Confrontation in front of Jones before, and he came in late.
Spencer Warner.
Whitcup will take the face-off. Puck sits in the circle. Flyers control it and move it down the ice. We're down to a minute left in the man advantage for the Raiders. Back after it, Nick Toth picks up a forechecker, skates by the net. Here's Toth, he's going to carry it. Now he headmans a little bit too far, and it's knocked away. Richie Monday, and he'll dump it deep inside Massena territory. Toth back to pick it up. Here comes Toth, moving it ahead. Goes to Whitcup, or to Levine rather, to Michaud, takes it across. Michaud goes on the other side, Ramo at the 45, back to Toth, winds up, his shot through traffic, knocked down, and it's dumped out to center ice. All the way back in Massena zone, 25 seconds. Raiders have one more rush in this power play.
I preach, when you take that shot from the point, you've got to get it down low. Give that forwards a time and get a deflection.
Raiders back across, Ramo takes it in behind the net. Here's Ramo, goes to Michaud, out by the blue line. He pokes it free, it's knocked away. And the Flyers would have had a break, but it bounces into the corner.
Hold it down there. Just hold it down there.
And there's a battle for it there. And finally the Raiders, Whitcup picks it up. He starts it out. Whitcup, headman pass, neutral zone. Comes to Foster. He'll flip it around the boards.
Come on, baby.
And it's picked up there by Richie Monday. He feeds it, intercepted. Raiders come back across the blue line, knocked away, out to center ice, and it trickles into the Massena zone. After it there, Leduc racing for it. Spencer too, but it goes across the line for icing. 11:26 remaining, third period. We're scoreless on the Snyder and Snyder Attorneys at Law scoreboard.
Right at the end of that penalty, the Flyers clearing the zone, and it was Rich Mundy who cleared the puck from his zone, and he almost connected with Wade Sessions right at the red line here. Sessions would have caught up with that. He had a breakaway.
Foster out there now with Paquin. And Ramo off the draw. The puck just across the blue line, center ice. And we have a whistle. Somebody controlled it with a high stick.
Yeah, it was
Massena.
Massena.
And that'll move the face-off back in their end.
That was Devin Paquin who knocked it down with a high stick and controlled it and bringing the face-off. We mentioned the Raiders. Well, no, this is a oddity on this line. Okay, we've got Foster, Paquin, and
Ramo
out there.
That's something new.
That's a new combination.
Face-off right side, inside Massena territory. Flyers win the face-off. The shot is blocked. Comes in behind the net. And it picks up. And around the boards it goes. Paquin trying to move it ahead to the blue line. Not out of the zone. Here's a shot. Knocked down in front and flipped out to center ice. Down the ice it goes. Inside Flyer territory. Racing back after Richards. Loses the puck behind the net. Raiders control. Ramo circles, trying to center. It bounces off a leg, and Jones jumps out and comes up with it.
Raiders caught a break just a second ago in their own end. Spencer Warner went across the crease, and he was upended. Raider player just pulled him right down, but no penalty call. But we might get one here. We'll wait and see. Yeah, it is.
Hit after the whistle. Aaron Ramo.
I'm not sure if that was a makeup, the one they missed down here in a second, because that was just a touch down here at the far end. I mean, I tell you, it wouldn't have crushed a mosquito, but I think that was a makeup call because they missed one a second ago. So
4:12, the time of that penalty, as Ramo goes off. That's Aaron Ramo for a hit after the whistle. Uh-oh, we're moving to another page, Coach. Penalties.
Massena only averages about 6 penalties a game. They're well above that average today.
So the Raiders killing a penalty here. Puck goes inside. Whoops. Massena territory. In behind the net and around the boards. Raiders try to control it and move it out to center ice. Dump back to the Massena line. Controlled by Colin Lazare. Looking to waste a little time. Flips it ahead. And the Flyers control in their own end. Trying to move it ahead. That's Richards with it. Flips to the Massena line. Flyers move it across. Here's a shot knocked down in front. Side of the net it goes. Where is it? Behind the net. Flyers still control. Along the boards comes to Ryan Ramo. Fanned on the clearing pass. Comes back to Colin Lazare. To Ramo. Intercepted. Here's a chance. And the shot is gloved into the corner. And the puck bounces free. Picked up by Monday, who's deep centers it all the way back to the blue line. Kept in at the point nicely by the Flyers. Monday in the corner, centers it. Back to the point. Here's a shot. It's blocked. Comes side of the net. And the glove saved by Dusty DeLille on a shot from the right side.
Oh, the Flyers just storming around the Raider net, and Massena with a couple of opportunities to clear the zone, and just, again, in tennis it would be an unforced error. Just failed to clear the blue line. And again, it doesn't matter who you're playing. You keep giving the opposition opportunities like that, they're going to cash one in.
That's right.
So Massena is right back on their heels right now. They're not playing to win, so to speak. They're
off the face-off. Puck comes in front of the net. Raiders control, however. Here comes Toth with it. He'll crank it down the ice. We're down to 15 seconds left in the man advantage. In behind, Henry with it. Flips it around, intercepted by Whitcup. Whitcup takes it behind the net, gets knocked down, and the puck bounces free. And we're down to 3 seconds of the man advantage. Flyers with a rush. Here's a shot from center ice. Dusty kind of had a little trouble with that one. And the puck sits in the circle, and Massena will move it out. Michaud got Catanzarite breaking. Here's Adam Catanzarite. Shot, save made, rebound. Whitcup, his shot right in front. Another save. Oh, boy. How'd they keep that one out? Back to the point. Puck kept in the zone. Here's the chance in front. The shot, save. And the whistle blows as the puck goes behind the net. The net's knocked off its moorings.
Mike Jones, his biggest save of the night. I'll tell you, that was a beauty as the Raider player, Catanzarite, stepped off the bench and took a pass off the boards, was free down that right side, took the shot, went in the corner. Whitcup picked it up and centered it across to Aaron Michaud, and he one-timed it. And Mike Jones got the right leg out there, just a toe of it, made a big save, the biggest of the night.
8:57 remaining in the third period. We're still scoreless on the Snyder and Snyder Attorneys at Law scoreboard. 0-0.
And this crowd really on the edge of their seat. The Flyer faithful can smell an upset. I'll tell you, they didn't expect. The Raiders trying to get some excitement going over there on the far side.
Back to the point. Here's Lazaire just dumping it in behind the net. Jones flips it off the boards in the corner. Around the horn it goes Leduc. He centers it right in front. Here's the shot. Big kick save by Jones.
Nice save.
Nice play by Leduc to pass it in front. Now the Flyers dump it back in the Massena zone. In behind its net. It bounces free.
Massena's going down. Watch this.
Here comes the puck out to center ice. Picked up there by Curley. Curley circles.
Oh, come
Here
on,
comes
guys.
Michaud. Michaud takes it across. Michaud trying to center it. Catanzarite in front. Here's Whitcup, shot right on rebound. Scores a goal!
Adam Catanzarite on a rebound after a turnover by the Flyers on the right side, on the left side along the boards. Aaron Michaud picked it up and worked his way in, took the shot. Jones made the save, but Adam Catanzarite cruising in. This time made no mistake with that rebound as he got it up high, and the Raiders are on the board with 8:18 left in the period. That first all-important big goal, and that is a big one. Adam Catanzarite, and that's going to be his 9th goal of the year.
7:42, the time of the goal.
And goaltender Mike Jones didn't have a chance on that rebound. He made the initial save, a good save, but gave that rebound and had no one there to clear that rebound except Adam Catanzarite, and he cleared it into the net.
3-3-19.
We'll see who the assist. I know Michaud should get one assist on that.
Okay. 23-8-19.
23-8-19. No, that can't be right.
No, it's not 8. It's 23.
8 wasn't on the ice.
11. Yeah. It's 8 wasn't, but 11. Yeah.
Michaud. And 23.
And 19. That's got to be Hall. Brandon Hall.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. They'll change it later, but we know who did
That's
it. So,
okay.
yeah, that's for our use only. It was Adam Catanzarite getting the goal. They gave it to Devin Paquin on the assist, and he wasn't even on the ice. Now he is, though, and he takes it across. He gets by one, circles in front, the shot. Jones makes the save, and the puck is still free, but the whistle blew.
Scoring a goal gives you confidence, and the Raiders right off the draw. Devin Paquin, chipped behind the Flyer defenseman. He just waltzed straight in, moved in. A nice little move on the other defenseman, but couldn't beat Jones. But a nice move by Devin Paquin.
Raiders lead 1-0 on the Snyder and Snyder attorneys at law scoreboard. Flyers in their zone. Here comes Massena, though, stealing it. Paquin in behind the net. Centering pass knocked down. Comes to Paquin. Out by the blue line. That bounces around. Paquin falls down. The puck still in the zone. And now it's cleared out by the Flyers.
Goal scored by number 23.
Here comes Nick Toth with it.
Adam Catanzarite.
Ahead to Paquin. Paquin lost it, but it comes right to Toth. He'll start back the other way. Here comes Nick Toth leading the attack for Massena. Skates it in the corner. Backhander in behind the net. Goes to Foster. Foster, sharp angle shot, hit the side of the net. The bouncer cleared back to the blue line. Hall keeps it in, gets a shot off, knocked down in front. Here's a backhander, cleared into the corner by the Flyers. They move it to the blue line down the ice. And I think the net's off its moorings is why the whistle blew that time. But it's going to also be an icing call against the Flyers. 7:22 remaining, third period on the Snyder and Snyder attorneys at law scoreboard. 1-0 Massena.
And that goal coming at the 7:42 mark, his 9th of the year. Adam Catanzarite with Aaron Michaud and Brandon Hall picking up the assist. Great defensive play by number 4 out there, Jerry Rich Monday, just a second ago, as he intercepted that clearing pass. The Raiders had isolated him down low, 2-on-1, but he did an excellent job.
Nick Tubolino will take the face-off against Dustin Bradley. Puck comes in on net. Jones steers it in the corner. Levine after. Catanzarite in the corner. Or I should say, not Catanzarite, but Tubolino. The puck squirts free, and the Flyers have it and look to move it out to the blue line and out to center ice. Here comes Norwood Norfolk. Cameron Sloan gets a shot right on. The save made, and Dusty DeLille is going to cover up for the face-off.
Down to 6:59 left in this game. 1-0 Raiders. That goal coming just moments ago. Adam Catanzarite on a rebound as he cashed in Aaron Michaud's rebound up over the top of goaltender Mike Jones. And
that's been it for the scoring.
This crowd could sense an upset, but that goal has quieted them somewhat.
Face off, Tubolino off the draw. Back to the point. Flyers get a shot. In behind the net it goes. Bouncing around. Hard checks are thrown. The puck falls, or the Massena defenseman falls. The puck comes free to the side of the net. They're going to try the wraparound. Here's another shot, and Dusty made the save. Puck comes to Ramo, and he just cleared it out to center ice. There's a scramble in front of the net. Now the Flyers clear it up off the ice surface. We're down to 6:37 left in the third period. Raiders lead 1-0 on the Snyder and Snyder Attorneys at Law scoreboard.
Again, that line of Bradley, Sloan, and Sessions really giving the Raiders fits out there, and they had a couple of scoring opportunities right there. I think it was Bradley that out in front that rolled one wide, and Sloan from behind the net who walked out in front and swung around and got a shot off through traffic.
Off the face-off, Massena breaks in. Michaud cranks it up. The save made, and a big rebound in front, cleared by Chris Curley into the corner. Whitka picks it up, dumps it in behind, intercepted. Puck comes along the boards to the blue line. Did it come out of center ice? Now it's out. Here come the Flyers back the other way. Into the Massena zone it goes. Here's a shot chance right in front. It kind of rolled right across the goal mouth, and Dusty DeLille covered it up. As breaking in that time was, who was that? Oh yeah, for Justin Richards, the defenseman. I was looking for a forward, but he moved in the zone like a forward.
Jumped into the rush, and you notice Dusty DeLille, every chance he gets, he's holding on to that faceoff unless there's a white shirt around. He's holding for the faceoff, not taking any chances.
Michaud will take the draw off the faceoff. Puck in the circle, stolen in front. Here's the shot. Big save, knocked in the net with a high stick.
Goal.
Knocked in the net with a high stick.
Come on, look at how short he is, ref.
And
it was obvious, though, I'm afraid.
And the irony of that, if he would have, if the Flyer forward would have let it come down, it might have gone in the net without him helping it. But there was no question. The play was in the corner to the left of DeLille, and the Flyer forward worked his way out of the corner, sifted by two Raider defensemen, took the shot, got DeLille high on the shoulder, went over his top of his head, and as it was coming down behind him, the Flyer forward, no question, the stick was above the goal bar, the crossbar, and he knocked it into the net. But it might have gone in on its own if he would have left it alone.
So the Raiders maintain their 1-0 lead. The Flyers certainly haven't packed it in, though, have they?
Not
in the least. Off the face-off, puck goes to the side of the net. Norwood Norfolk controls to the blue line. And here's a chance in front for Catanzari. He couldn't get the stick, and it's out to center ice. Comes to Toth. He'll flip it right back the other way into Norwood Norfolk territory. After it is Curley. Catanzari takes him out of the play. Whitcup, now Catanzari in the circle, centers it right in front. Nobody there. And the puck is dumped down the ice. And that's going to trickle right in on Dusty DeLille. And DeLille will play it ahead to Leduc. Here comes Leduc to Catanzari. Adam, drop pass. Michaud winds up, fakes the shot, gets knocked down. And the puck comes back to the Flyers. Here's a check. Comes to Michaud. Michaud will drop it to Whitcup. Here's Whitcup across the red line. He gets tied up. Michaud follows. Flips it in the zone. Doesn't clear the zone. Whitcup. Here's Whitcup right in front. In front to Michaud, his shot, the save made, the rebound still sits there, and the whistle blows. Michaud had the puck in front of the net with the goalie down, but couldn't raise it.
And then Robbie Whitcup came in there fishing and digging, but Mike Jones able to cover it up in a big skirmish, a lot of pushing and shoving, but the Raiders really have to be disciplined in this last 5-12. I'm at the Dom Zappia Arena. They're getting all they can handle right now. The Flyers just giving them
a little repair going on.
I'll tell you. I have to commend them for, definitely being an underdog, but they're not playing like one. And this crowd trying to encourage, there's a majority, of course, the fans from Norwood Norfolk, but there's a good contingent from Massena in that one section over there, Jerry, holding some signs, go Raiders, go Raiders. I'd like to see that spirit. I think the Flyers had a pep rally today at school.
Oh, great. And this was senior night here, too. And their senior goaltenders have both played very well.
Yes, they have.
Face off right side, Norwood Norfolk zone. Foster trying to win the draw, bounces back to the blue line, out to center ice, down the ice. And that'll go for icing again, and we'll go back inside Norwood Norfolk territory. 5:04 left in the third period. 1-0. Massena leads on the Snyder and Snyder Attorneys at Law scoreboard.
And again, I think the thing that surprises me the most, I've said it before and I'll repeat myself, is that the Flyers have won as many battles along the boards as they've lost here tonight, and they hit as well. Massena's a hitting club, but that hasn't backed Norwood Norfolk off in the least.
Off the face-off, Foster with it. Flips it in the corner. Ramo battling for it there, along with Henry. The puck squirts free. In behind, it comes to Foster, side of the net. He can't control it. It flips back to the blue line, kept in by Lazaire. He slides one, it bounces right into the corner. Right across the goal mouth, Foster. Flipping, trying to go in behind the net.
Settle down, Green. Settle down.
Bounces around the boards. Ramo, Paquin. Pass back to the point, and it's intercepted. Knocked out to center ice. Hatch comes up with it. Here's Hatch with it. Takes it across. Goes to Paquin. Paquin takes it out by the blue line. Then flips it high in the air. In front of the net, it's knocked down and dumped down the ice again. And the Flyers are going to take another icing if it goes far enough. It just barely crosses the line with I think that's 4:19 left in the third period. 1-0, Massena leads.
When Devin Paquin gets to the bench, I know the coaching staff are going to tell him, Devin, you're in the offensive end of the corner. Don't try to throw that long diagonal pass to the weak side defenseman. It almost got picked off, and if that Flyer picks it off, he's right between the Massena defenseman on a breakaway.
Ramo out there. That's Ryan Ramo to take the face-off. Out there with Tubolino and Levine. Off the face-off. Puck in the circle. Levine. Poke checked away. Back to the point. Hall whacks at it. Has it knocked away from him. Then picks it up and flips it in the corner. Ramo trying to center it. Goes right across the goal mouth. And I think it rolled right all along the pipe, didn't it?
Roll across the crossbar.
Back to the point. Hall takes a whack at it. His shot goes wide. I don't think Jones even saw that one. Puck goes around the boards. That could have been an interference call, no doubt about it. Now Levine back to the point. Here's a shot. Jones makes the save. The rebound in front. They whack at it. Ramo. It's cleared by the defenseman back to the point. Good play there. And the puck into the corner. In behind the net it goes. A bouncing puck squirts free. Ramo circles in front of the net. The shot knocked down in front by the defenseman. And it's picked up there. And down the ice it goes. Nick Toth for Massena circles. Flips it ahead. Levine to Tubolino. Here comes Tubolino. Building up the head of steam. Nice drop pass. Ramo's shot knocked down. Goes in the corner. He looks to center. Going to be dumped down the ice, and that'll be another icing against the Flyers. We're down to 3:11 left in the third period. Raiders continue to lead at 1-0.
That shift, last shift out there, the Tubolino line, probably their best of the game. They had the Flyers bottled up in their own end and created several good scoring opportunities. But again, that line has had problems cashing in on their opportunities. But I would hope to venture to say right now with 3:11 left to go that the Raiders don't want to get three guys caught down low. Two men, maybe a 2-1-2 type of forecheck. You can win 1-0 as well as 2-0.
Absolutely. Now somebody wants a timeout. So Norwood Norfolk will call the time. Massena leads 1-0 on the Snyder & Snyder Attorneys at Law scoreboard. Broadcast brought to you by Mohawk Furniture, home of tax-free furniture, Route 37, Akwesasne. Massena Savings and Loan, Main Street, Massena. Seaway Tire for quality tires and great car care, East Orvis Street in Massena. By the men and women of Alcoa's Massena operations. Massena Memorial Hospital, quality health care in the Seaway Valley. Also by North Country Savings Bank, locations in Massena, Potsdam, Canton, and Ogdensburg, home of the no closing cost mortgage. Seaway Orthopedics, Dr. Bedros Bakurtian and the staff in Outer Andrew Street in Massena. Seacom, locations in Massena, Potsdam, and Malone. Massena Optics, Main Street, downtown Massena. And Nationwide Insurance. And your local Nationwide agents, Robert Adams, Robert White, on East Orvis Street in Massena.
The big guns of the Olympic Games are starting their action tonight. First score we had, Canada-Sweden 1-1 through period and a half. Billy, what was it?
5-1 right now.
5-1. Update.
Ooh,
Favor of
Sweden
5-1. Wow.
Ouch.
But again, these games are all preliminary games. They don't mean that much. You can lose all three of them and get into the crossover, but it just gives you a better seeding. But 5-1. Wow, the Swedes.
They got a little TV in the boiler room.
U.S. plays Finland, I think, later tonight.
Face-off will go to the right in the Norwood Norfolk zone. The Whitcup line out for Massena. Off the draw. That's LaPointe Potter. Flyers win it. Back to center ice, and they just dump it in the Massena zone. In behind the net, Dusty comes out to clear it around the boards. Raiders in behind, they can't control it. Here's a centering pass right in front. Whitcup flips it ahead. Here comes Catanzari, can't control it. He overskates it. Nobody wants it. Now it's across. Leduc is off sides by 1.5 miles. And that puck bounced around at center ice and nobody could gather it in.
And again, Aaron Leduc has to tell himself, I'm a defenseman now, not a forward. I don't want to be caught up inside that blue line with under 3 minutes to play in a 1-0 hockey game. But Raiders making wholesale changes. The Tubolino line back out there.
Turn it on. Turn it on.
Like you said, they had a good shift last time around.
Yeah, they did. They were the best shift they had all game. They were really hitting. That's their forte. And creating a lot of turnovers.
Puck trickles at the center ice area. LaPointe Potter flips it to the Massena line. Nick Toth is there. Toth over skates, comes back for it, turns around. Here's Toth looking to headman to Ramo. Ramo gets knocked down. Tubolino. Now Ramo gets up and flips it to the Norwood Norfolk line. Flyers control and dump it into the Massena zone. That's going to be icing against the Flyers and move the faceoff. It was a good idea by the defenseman Josh Henry, but his forward went the wrong way.
And the Raiders should be telling themselves right now, just dump the puck, send one man, two at the most, but don't allow a long rink-wide pass or an odd man rush.
Face-off back in Flyer territory. Ramo out there with Tubolino and Levine. It'll be Bradley for Norwood Norfolk. Off the face-off, here's a shot block, goes in behind the net. Flyers control it. Rip it on the boards to the blue line. Here's the shot in front. Here's a chance. Tubolino shot. Save made as Jones went down. Now it comes to the Massena line. Hatch turns it around. Flips it ahead. Nick Toth. Toth, his head man, goes to Ramo. He backhands it to the Flyer line. Kept in there. Ramo again. That's Ryan Ramo. We're down to under 2 as the puck rolls back into the Massena zone. Will it go far enough for icing? Well, it's not an icing anyway, apparently. Now Hatch in the zone. He lost the puck. Nobody can come up with it. As they battle in the corner, bodies are flying. Where's the puck? Controlled by the Flyers. As now it slides to Toth. Toth starts out. Here's Toth. He's going to skate it out. Headman pass. Levine takes it across. The net's empty. And that was Toth breaking in, and Levine and somebody was offside, so the Flyers catch a break there.
Well, it was Chris Levine put himself offside, had an empty net, and he was sent away. Nick Toth sent him a beautiful pass on that left side. Chris Levine couldn't handle it. It went off his stick and behind him. He crossed with the skates and reached back with the stick, and he put himself offside. He had an empty net down there.
Face-off just outside Norwood Norfolk zone. 1-0 Massena, 1:28 left in the third period. Off the face-off, Flyers control it in their own end. Bounce pass comes to the Massena line. Hall back there, back out, back in, offsides, the call on the Flyers.
And the Raider defensemen better be aware that the Flyers are trying to sneak a forward in behind, and that time number 12, Wade Sessions, was in behind both Raider defensemen just outside that blue line. If the pass connects,
he's in.
He's in.
1:19. Off the face-off, Whitcup wins the draw to Michaud. Michaud dumps it. Off a Flyer defenseman, Richie Monday, who picks it up and takes it back behind his net. He'll rip it around the boards, and the Flyers just move it out to center ice, dump it ahead to the Massena line, and the Raiders clear it back out to the neutral zone. Into the final minute. Here come the Flyers, back in the Massena zone. They dump it across, right out to center ice again. Flyers dump it back in, 50 seconds left. Comes to Colin Lazare. The net is empty, rather, as the puck rolls down the ice to the Flyer line. They control it, flip it along the boards. Into the Massena zone it goes. Here's Michaud flipping it. Doesn't clear the zone. Here's a shot. Dusty makes a save and holds on for the face-off. 31 seconds remaining in the third period. Massena clinging to a 1-0 lead here. And the face-off will be in the Massena zone with an empty net at the other end.
And every shot is dangerous. At this time, the Raiders had a chance to clear it. They couldn't get it out of the zone, and Dustin Bradley on that right side from a pretty tough angle ripped one. Dusty DeLille made the save and held on for the face-off, but every face-off, every shot is magnified. And George Dobbin doing his counting out there, fingers and toes. He got up to 6. Okay. Yeah, they pull that goaltender. You have 6 skaters out
Bradley will face off against Robbie Whitcup in the Massena zone to the left of goaltender Dusty DeLille. And now Massena calls the timeout.
Yeah, they just want to set up their defensive alignment. So what happens if we win the draw and what happens if we lose the draw? Especially if we lose the draw, that's all important. If the opposition gets the puck, that you got to know exactly what your assignment is out there. You can't, especially when the opposition has a man advantage. But draws have been important, always important, and none any bigger this one right now.
Face off, lots of time, 31 seconds left in the third period. This is an important face-off, no doubt about it. Adam Catanzari with a lone goal of this hockey game at the 7:42 mark of the third period.
On a rebound of Aaron Michaud, Brandon Hall had chipped it in along the boards, and Aaron Michaud came up with the puck, worked his way into the middle, took a good hard shot from about 30 feet out through some traffic, and good save by Jones, but he gave up the rebound, and Adam Katanzrik pounced on it, and Jones was down, and all Katanzrik had to do was get it up, and he did. He got it up in the right spot.
Okay, here we go.
It's 9th goal, not any bigger than that one.
Game on the line here, 31 seconds remaining in the third period. Flyers coming out with their contingent. It's going to be Dustin Bradley taking the face-off. He's had an excellent game. He's a good hockey player.
Yeah, that entire
that line has been super.
Those top 2 lines of the Flyers have... And they're young. They're fairly young. Only 5 seniors on this club.
Okay, here we go. Michaud's going to take the draw for Massena. Off the face-off, puck goes in the corner. There's a battle there. Controlled by the Flyers. Here's a shot knocked down in the circle, and Michaud clears it out to center ice. Dump back in the zone. In behind the net it goes. And we have a whistle. I don't think what happened. The Flyers never got out of the zone. Is that the deal?
I tell you, number 14 out there playing the point. Who is that? Justin Richards made a slight mistake. The Raiders would have been called for icing.
But he blocked it.
He blocked it outside the blue line. He didn't realize where he was. If he would have been inside the blue line, fine. He knocked it down, but he was 2 feet outside the blue line, then shot it back in. If he would have let it go, it would have been icing.
16 or is that 18?
You got me. Half of it's gone.
Can't tell.
That's 16.
16 off the draw. The puck's at center ice. Dumped by the Flyers. They come across. Here's a shot into the corner.
Come on,
Bounces free. Here's a check thrown. They battle for it, and it bounces down the ice. It's not going to go far enough for icing. The Raiders are going to hold on to win the hockey game, but I'll tell you what, the Flyers gave them full measure here this evening and played a great game. You know what? I had a sneaking suspicion. What was your game against Canton, 5-3? I had a sneaking suspicion that they were going to be tough tonight, Coach.
Well,
they were tough.
Your suspicion held up.